If creating content feels overwhelming, inconsistent, or like a full-time job in itself, then this system is going to change your life. My name is Dan. I'm a seven-figure entrepreneur. And today I want to show you how to plan out 30 days of content in 1 hour using a simple Notion template. Let's get into this. The hub looks a little something like this. And this is the content framework. And what I would do right away is, so there'll be a link under this video. Click that. It'll be a Notion doc. You come up here and you just duplicate it and you stick that in your Notion file. And then what I would do is I would actually duplicate it again and I would put the date in here like July. Okay, and every month when you go to create your content, you would just duplicate this resource, and this resource will help you kind of create, like think about creating content in month batches, okay? And so big picture, the elements of content creation is, first of all, there's the ideas, and remember, like the more and better content you consume, the output is usually only as good as the input. So making sure to, with the daily non-negotiables, steal ideas, synthesize information, read, watch YouTube videos, consume the highest the highest caliber content that you can find, and let that synthesize and marinate in your mind. And as ideas come and percolate as a result of what you're inputting into your mind, you just drop it into here. If you don't already have Notion on your phone as an app, highly recommend it. One of my favorite ways to get the idea downloads is I'll go for a run. And at the end of the run, I always get like ideas. I might listen to an audiobook on the run or on a walk. And then I will just go into Notion, and any ideas I'll just jot down in the void. So these are the void is just like ideas in general, sporadic, random quotes, things like that. As the ideas start to form, I might create something like content ideas. And this is like where they start to, like for this one, I had a better idea for a video sales letter, and just like, that's enough for me. I know what I meant by that. All right. So, and then if there are things that you want to quote, YouTube links, dissect later, you're like, oh, that's good. You can just, like, I'll usually put URLs or video links or things that I want to like think about or dissect later. I just have a little list here, things that blow my mind. All right, so this is like ideas. The next element in the hub is the plan. Okay, so I'll explain how to do the plan when we get to that in this video, but basically there's two parts. There's kind of thinking about your theme for the month and then the pillars of your content. And then the next is we're talking about hooks. So every piece of content really only has three main elements, okay? And this is the same for ads as it is for content. There is the hook, right, which is the first sentence, basically. Then there is the creative, which is either the image or the video that goes with the content. And then there's the caption, which is the writing that goes with it, all right? So hook, creative, caption. Same, all posts, all advertising, they all have those three elements. I'm just breaking them apart so that it's easier, okay? And you can also batch, like for me, I find instead of doing like one post where I'm like, okay, here's one hook and one caption and one creative, if I'm thinking like, what are all the hooks about this? And I come up with like 25 and I have all the hooks. And then I go, okay, what are the creatives I need? I need 10 photos of myself. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? And then captions, like I get into a writing and it's like, okay, now I'm going to write. And it feels to me like they are like getting into flow. I can do each of those over different days, or like they feel a little bit different. Like sitting down to write is a different feel than like going out and taking some pictures. Okay, so for me, I just break them all up. So there's the hooks, there's the creatives, and then there's the captions. And those are all inside of this calendar. I'll show you how all of those work in each of them. And then when it comes to scheduling, so once we create a bunch of content, we want to kind of organize it. And then when it comes to scheduling, you can actually schedule right in the backpack. But I have found just for I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard that using third-party apps to schedule your content can hurt reach and engagement. I don't know if that's true. But also Meta, like Meta itself, has its own scheduling. So you can schedule now in Instagram directly. You can, if you go to Meta Business Suite, which I'll show you how to do, you can schedule all of your content right from there. And the one advantage of doing that, and why I'm suggesting that we use Meta for this challenge and for scheduling your content instead of Backpack, for example, is like very little things, but positioning of your reel, and just like there's a couple extra customizations that you can do on Meta that you can't do in Backpack. And then that plus it's like Facebook's native platform was enough for me. Okay, so we'll walk you through how to do all the scheduling. And then when it comes to the automation, so this is the cool piece with the Backpack. And that's where we're going to be able to automate, right? A lot of these posts are like comment below, and that's great. And in the beginning, we'll just respond manually as the leads come in. However, you can actually set up automations within Backpack to comment, reply to the comment, and then send a message and basically start your chat conversations all automatically. So I'm going to show you how to install that automation. And then later we'll do story posts and how to create posts specifically for inside of your school. But that's the idea. And the hub, which is this piece, is got all the main pieces. Your ideation, you plan, you create hooks, creatives, and captions, and then you schedule it. So that's the big idea. That's what we're doing here. This is the hub. You can download your copy underneath this video, duplicate it for each month that you're going to create the content. And I'll see you in the next video where we unpack each of these sections.